In today's video, we're going to continue and finish off the Dark Brotherhood questline featured in the Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion. Previously, we were initiated into the secret faction and made our home at a hidden sanctuary in Cheydinhal. We completed quite a few assassination contracts before we were singled out by Lucien Lachance and given a tall task. We killed all of our brothers and sisters in the sanctuary, hoping that the purification process would weed out and eliminate an alleged traitor who's been killing off members of the faction. Now, we take orders directly from Lucien Lachance via dead drops placed around Cyrodiil. We've completed quite a few now, but some of them haven't been adding up. A select few of our targets have been in possession of Dark Brotherhood paraphernalia, and the other people we've been killing, they've been either tipped off that we're coming for them, or have been isolated from society. It's now time to continue with where we left off. After killing Havelstein, we open up our map to see where our next dead drop is located. We remember that it's in an alien ruin called Nornal. Nornal is located east of the Imperial City and south of Lake Popad. Our closest discovered location is Cracked Wood Cave, so that's where we fast travel to. From here, we head north-northeast and find ourselves outside of the ancient ruins. Inside, we face down a few mud crabs before we have to swim through flooded tunnels to get to the cache. Once we gain access to the submerged chest and open it up, we see our reward is in there as well as our next contract. Pulling out the note and reading it, it says, "My compliments on another job well done. Havelstein Whoreblood was more swine than man and deserved to die quivering like an animal. You must not stop, you must kill again. Your next target is a wood elf named Ungolim, who resides in the city of Bravil. Bravil is also home to an ancient statue known as the Lucky Old Lady. It is seen as a symbol of good luck and prosperity, and the fools of Bravil often speak to the statue and wish for good tidings. Every night, poor love-struck Ungolim visits the lady and pleads desperately for the heart of a young maiden. This maiden is married, and her husband has learned of Ungolim's affection for his bride. He fears the competition, it would seem, and has commissioned the Dark Brotherhood to help in the matter. You must go to Bravil, locate Ungolim, and kill him. The wood elf owns a house in the city, but he spends his days securely locked inside. I recommend you lie in wait at the Lucky Old Lady statue, and then eliminate Ungolim when he arrives for his nightly visit. He's generally there between the hours of 6 p.m. and 1 a.m. By all accounts, Ungolim is a deadly archer and a fearless opponent. I also have reason to believe he is expecting trouble, so if Ungolim senses danger, he may attack you on sight. And, like the Khajiit Jagasta, Ungolim has bribed the guards to look the other way if there is a fight, so they won't interfere. Be vigilant and bring the wood elf down. You must not fail. When Ungolim's body lies broken at the foot of his dear lady, you must journey to the city of Anvil. Your dead drop is in a barrel located behind the statue in the pond. As is standard, your reward and next contract will be waiting. We have yet another contract where our target has been tipped off about our arrival and has even bribed the guards to look the other way should a fight ensue. We leave the alien ruin, pull up our map, and fast travel over to the north gate of Bravil. From here, we make our way to the Lucky Old Lady statue and activate it, receiving a blessing. We have to wait until at least 6 p.m. before the wood elf, Ungolim, shows up. So, we wait around for a bit, then lo and behold, we see that our target is by the statue. Turning the corner, we're instantly aggroed by Ungolim and a fight breaks out between us. He knocks his arrows on his enchanted bow and lets them loose. These hits actually do some decent damage to us as his weapons are enchanted, and like the note says, he's a highly skilled archer. His health isn't so bad either, as when we swing away at him, it doesn't go down by much. Granted, our sword has run out of charge. He gets our health down quite a bit, and we realize that if we don't get him in check soon, we'll be bested in battle. We get in close and slash away at him until finally the wood elf is killed. We receive a quest update, but even stranger, we see a notification in the top left corner that says, "Your blood turns to ice as a familiar shadow draws near."
No! No! I'm too late. I thought I could get here in time. Thought I could stop you! By Sithis, what have you done? What madness has claimed you? You have betrayed me. you have betrayed the Dark Brotherhood. Why? I am here to end your miserable life. But I can see the confusion in your eyes. You have no idea what I'm talking about, do you? Your first dead drop contract. You carried that out, killed Celadon. After that, you eliminated the Draconis family, as ordered. Then, betrayal. Your dead drops went unvisited. Your targets ignored. Instead, you have been systematically killing off all of the members of the Black Hand. Jagasta, Shali, Zuval Uvani, Havelstein Horblood, speakers and silencers all, and Ungolim, the listener himself. The surviving members of the Black Hand know you're innocent. They know you are only following orders. They believe I am the traitor. The traitor somehow switched your orders and has been sending you to the wrong dead drops. You and I have been deceived, dear friend. We must find out who is behind this betrayal. We haven't much time. I am hunted day and night by the Black Hand. They want me dead. Here is what you must do. Go now to your next dead drop, lie in wait, and confront whomever drops off the false contract. Uncover the true traitor's identity, and then come see me. I'll be in hiding. Fort Farragut is no longer secure. It's under watch by the Black Hand. I'll wait for you in Applewatch, the farm where you killed the old Draconis woman. It should be empty and safe. Now go, and may Sithis help us all.
Everything makes sense now. The emotions written in each contract, the targets, their whereabouts and social statuses, the Dark Brotherhood robes and literature. Of course we've been killing off all of the Dark Brotherhood members. Jagasa's reaction now makes sense as to why he called our actions treacherous. Lucien is now being held responsible for our actions, and we fear what might become of him if we don't set the record straight. Thus ends the quest, A Kiss Before Dying. As per request of Lucien Lachance, we open our map and scroll over to Anvil, seeing that the theoretical next dead drop is near the main gate. Fast traveling over and making our way to the arrow, we come across an empty barrel, meaning we're just in time to catch whoever is behind the betrayal. Waiting around for a bit, we notice someone walking in the distance. Surely enough, their path leads them off of the main road and towards the dead drop. We can finally make out some details. It's a young male high elf wearing a huntsman's vest and matching pants, as well as a pair of moccasins. As he gets closer, we see that it's none other than Enelroth, the apprentice smith to Veril Morvain at Morvain's Peacemakers. We approach and confront him.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do anything wrong. It was the robed man. He paid me to put those things in the barrel. I don't know his name, and his face was in shadow. He called to me yesterday as I walked by the lighthouse. I think he lives there. Or he did, anyway. He told me he was leaving Anvil. I'm sorry, but that's all I know. No, please! The lighthouse, just outside the city walls. I think the robed man lives there, in the cellar. I don't know what goes on down there, but there's a horrible smell coming from underneath that door. It's like something died inside. Listen, that's all I know, really. Maybe Ulfgar Fall Guy can tell you more. He's the lighthouse keeper and probably rented out the cellar. Talk to Ulfgar. He's sure to have the key to the cellar. You know, if you want to get down there. Now, please, just let me go.
We decide to read the next set of orders to see whom the traitor wanted us to kill next. Ungolim is dead. Silencer, you've served me far better than I could have ever imagined. Is there no challenge you can't meet? No opponent you can't best? We shall see. Your next target is a high elf whore named Arquin. She has been difficult to locate, but you might try asking around the Grey Mare in Coral or the Bridge Inn in Shadenhall. Like all of your targets, Arquin is a skilled fighter and will not be eliminated easily. When Arquin is dead, I will have your reward and the contract waiting at the next dead drop, under one of the beds in the Leeuwin Coast Guard station. This order is seemingly more personal as well as less detailed. We could only have hoped that we would have gotten tipped off at this point. Enelroth wasn't the traitor, quite obviously, although we don't know who the other members of the Black Hand are, so your guess is as good as mine. The traitor lives in the cellar of the lighthouse, so we travel over there at once, make our way to the top, and speak with Ulfgar Fogeye.
Well now, what might you want? Oh, do you now? And just why should I give you that? Oh, well, in that case, here you go. Look, I got nothing else to say to you. Just leave me be.
With the key in our possession, we travel back down and make our way to the cellar door, unlock it, and enter inside. We're immediately hit with a foul stench and the sound of flies buzzing. Carefully and slowly making our way down, we turn the corner to reveal a nightmare. Slaughtered animals line the floor in pools of blood. Even worse, we get a little further, and that's when the human remains start showing up. We see old, rotten, and decayed corpses, as well as fresh ones that are simply titled Unknown Victims. What we need seems to be located behind a locked door, so we gain entrance inside and are immediately attacked by a crazed dog. Quickly putting it down, we look around the room to reveal further troubling sights. There are more recently killed victims, more slaughtered animals, and there's even a head on a platter surrounded by candles titled Mother's Head. Across from this desecration is a book titled The Traitor's Diary. The first page reads, "It's all right, Mother. It's almost over. I'm close. So very close. How long have we struggled? How long have we waited? Too long, I know. But it's almost over, I promise." The second page simply has "Kill him" written over and over again with no spaces. Page 3 onwards reads, "Mommy, mommy, as you lie in the dark, man comes and makes you die. My daddy's hands are red with guilt because he killed the life we built. I hate it. All this lying, all this pretending. Sithis and the 5 tenets be damned. How long do I have to live by their rules? How long before I get my chance? I saw Lucien Lachance yesterday. He was in the sanctuary talking with Ochiva. He was right there. So close I could have severed his spine in less than a heartbeat. Oh, Mother, never before have I had to exercise such self-control. What's sickeningly ironic is that it was the Dark Brotherhood's discipline that allowed me to restrain myself. I've been a part of their family for so long. It's a part of me, whether I like it or not. And in all that time, I've fooled them all. They see me as a fellow member of the Brother, a trusted family member. Someday soon, I will learn the truth about the Night Mother, and when I do, I will use that trust to get close to her. Close enough so that I may rend the head from her body, just as Lucien Lachance did to you so long ago. Damn it, Mother, why did it have to be this way? Maria was so beautiful. She was perfect in so many ways. Why couldn't she handle the truth? Why couldn't she realize her family didn't really love her? She was a murderer like the rest of us, paid to kill in the name of Sithis. I really thought we could be together, make a real family with real love. But she told me she could never accept your place in my life. So now she's gone. She didn't deserve to live after the horrible things she said about you. I never should have told her, I know. I'm so sorry. It will never happen again, and the others will never find her. Don't worry, there's nothing left of her to find." Page 9 is confusing, but it reads, "I like to lie in the grass and watch the ants and wish I were one of them in their underground mazes, safe from the darkness of people, horrible people. I will kill them all, kill the ants, kill the people, kill everything." Page 10 continues with, "I did it, Mother. I killed them all. I killed them and I cursed them to wander their ship in undeath for all eternity. They came to talk to the old man in the lighthouse. When they saw me, they could have kept walking, but no, they laughed. They laughed at me, Mother. They called me names. They said I was strange and I was a human rat living here in the cellar of the lighthouse. They did not know who they were dealing with, so I snuck on board later that night and I slit their throats. Every last one of them. So there the Serpent's Wake sits. The ghost ship of Anvil, they'll call it now. Ha 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 ha. Some wonderful news, Mother. Advancement at last. Lucien Lachance paid a visit to the sanctuary today to talk with me. He told me the Black Hand needed my services. One of the other speakers is looking to replace his assistant who was killed fulfilling a contract. So Lucien Lachance suggested me. I met with the speaker and will serve as his new silencer. Ha! Lachance might as well have given me a contract to kill the Night Mother herself. I am now one step closer to realizing our dream. I will learn the Night Mother's identity and tear the heart from her chest. Oh yes, and I have something special planned for Lachance himself. Mommy, I'm so afraid. I miss you, Mommy. I just want you to kiss me again. Father prayed, and guess who came? The hooded man in Sith is his name, who left but then he came once more to pass through window, wall, and door. I lie in fear, my mouth agape, as wicked blade did cleave your nape. For I was watching neath the bed to see the falling of your head, and when your face lay on the floor, our loving eyes did meet once more. And so I pledged to you that day, the Brotherhood would dearly pay, and just as they took me from you, I'd find and kill their mother too. But there's some place I need to start, and that's with Father's beating heart, and when that's done, I'll sing and dance to celebrate a dead Lachance. The end of page 16 and the beginning of page 17 reads, green, blue, red, yellow, orange, green, blue, red, yellow, orange, over and over again, until it changes to simply black, 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 black. Then, the diary continues with, I've been careless, too careless, the bodies, the burnings. Killing that fool Blanchard was the worst mistake I've made so far. I was seen, I was cloaked and hooded and escaped into shadow so no one learned my true identity. But now, the Black Hand is suspicious. They suspect treachery, suspect a traitor. I must be more cautious than ever. When in the snow, I like to lie and fold my arms and wait to die. I've been switching them, switching the dead drops. It was so easy. I tracked Lachance from his lair at Fort Farragut to the first dead drop location. After Lachance placed the orders, when I was sure he was gone, I switched them. It was so easy. Now Lachance's fool silencer is working for us, Mother. Oh, the fun we'll have. One of the Black Hand told me they haven't seen such an ambitious family member since I first joined the Dark Brotherhood. I will use that very ambition to my own advantage. The fool will never question the dead drops, and as I write this is en route to the first target, one of the very members of the Black Hand. And so it begins. Lachance's silencer will kill one high-ranking brother member, then another, and so on until the entire family implodes. Eventually, as is the custom, the survivors will consult the Night Mother and seek her guidance. When that day comes, I will be there, ready to plunge a blade into that dark horse fetid heart. And finally, the last page has Lucien Lachance will die written backwards. We close the book and receive a quest update that we have enough to prove Lucien's innocence. Interesting to note is that the traitor referred to Shadenhall Sanctuary as the Sanctuary, which means that it's likely the only one operating right now. Or at least it was. I don't know if that was obvious or not already, but it's certainly news to me. We leave the cellar, open our map, and fast travel over to Applewatch Farm at once. Arriving at the shack, we enter inside.
Silencer, at last you've arrived. Fear not, for the crisis that has threatened the Dark Brotherhood has finally come to an end. I am Arquin, speaker for the Black Hand. As you can see, we have dealt with the betrayer, Lucien Lachance. No longer will you serve as his puppet. It seems Lachance wanted revenge against the Dark Brotherhood for some reason, and used you to do his dirty work. But now we can begin anew. I bestow upon you the title of Speaker. You will take Lucien Lachance's place on the Black Hand. Welcome. As you know, the Black Hand is now in a state of disarray. Lachance ordered you to kill us off. We five, including you, are now all that remain. Even worse, you killed the listener! The Black Hand without a listener is like a hand with no thumb. Even the listener's successor is dead. So, We have no choice but to invoke an ancient ritual. We must wake the Night Mother from her slumber and seek her guidance. Between the hours of midnight and 3 a.m., ask me about the Night Mother, and we will away to Our Lady's home. Only then will the ritual begin. When we confronted Lachance, he tried to defend himself, tried to declare his innocence. But we would not hear his treacherous lies. As you can see, he was no match for the combined power of the Black Hand, even weakened as we are.
We're blindsided by the remaining members of the Black Hand, whom have already beaten us to Lucien Lachance. Arquin, the person we were actually supposed to assassinate if Lachance never stepped in, gave us a formal introduction. Wandering over, we see the butchered leftovers of a man strung up from the ceiling. Interacting with the corpse reads, Lucien Lachance has been murdered, stripped, and mutilated by the Black Hand. Apparently, they thought he was the traitor and punished him accordingly. This means that the real traitor is still alive, got their revenge on Lachance, and is currently present in this room. Arquin gifted us a Black Hand robe and hood and promoted us to Speaker. The hood is enchanted and fortifies Sneak, Illusion, Marksman, Blade, and Speechcraft all for 4 points. The robe fortifies the same skills all for 11 points. We look at the remaining other 3 Black Hand members and make their acquaintance to try and snuff out the real traitor, starting with Belisarius Arius.
Greetings, Speaker. Most of my time is now spent on administrative duties. I have not had blood on my hands in far too long. Killing Lachance was pure ecstasy.
Then we move on to Banis Alor.
Our troubles are almost at an end, brother. Soon we will visit the Night Mother, and she will surely guide us. The 4 of us attacking him in unison was as graceful and beautiful as a ballet. The flashing of steel, the spraying of blood.
Finally, we speak with Mathieu Bellamont.
Hello, fellow speaker. Welcome to the Black Hand. So nice to see you're in one piece. You should take some time to admire his corpse. It really is a thing of beauty. The punctures and slashes are almost poetic.
We picked up Mother's head in the lighthouse cellar before leaving. We were fumbling around in our inventory when we accidentally dropped it in front of Mathieu Bellamont. He had quite a strange reaction to it.
What? What is that? Is that a head? No, it can't be. Sorry, Speaker, I'm distracted.
Interaction aside, one of these 4 assassins is the real traitor to the Dark Brotherhood. They're so close to eradicating every member, and even worse, they're about to come face to face with the Night Mother, thus ending the quest, following a lead. It's now time to travel with the remaining members to seek wisdom from the Night Mother. We wait until midnight and speak once again with Arquin.
Dear Speaker, when darkness shrouds the Empire, we can travel to the resting place of the Night Mother and begin the ritual of awakening. The Night Mother must be awakened so that we may seek her guidance. Are you ready to travel now to her resting place? Very good, and so it begins, the Black Hand's journey into a darkness few can imagine. Let us be off. The Night Mother awaits.
We're met with a loading screen and then brought over to the location of the Night Mother herself.
Behold the Night Mother. The locals call this statue the Lucky Old Lady. They have no idea how lucky they really are. For this stone effigy masks the entrance into the Dark Brotherhood's most revered unholy site, the crypt of the Night Mother herself. In a moment we will begin. I will recite an incantation, and we can proceed down into the crypt and seek an audience with the Night Mother. I know this is all very overwhelming, dear child. Just follow along and you'll be fine. Now, let's go see what the future holds, shall we? Unholy matron, we of the Black Hand beseech you. Reveal yourself now, most magnificent Night Mother, so that we may seek your guidance.
The statue twists and configures in horrible ways, letting out a blood-curdling scream. A secret passage to the tomb has opened up. The other 4 members make their way down. We follow suit, at the ready for the traitor to make their move.
What is the meaning of this desecration? Who has disturbed my ancient slumber?
Dearest Night Mother, most unholy maiden, please, we beg your mercy in this our time of need. The Black Hand seeks your guidance.
Ah, yes, I have been expecting you. The listener now kneels by Sithis, as does his successor. There is a traitor amongst you.
The traitor is dead, dear mother. We have come now to ask your blessing. Anoint one of us your listener so we can restore the Black Hand.
Foolish little girl. Lucien Lachance served Sithis till his dying breath. The Black Hand remains tainted by betrayal. Restoration is impossible.
Enough! Enough of this. You will all suffer for the pain you have caused me. I will destroy your Night Mother, and the Dark Brotherhood will fall.
What treachery? The traitor still lives. It is Mathieu Bellamont. Do not let him harm the Night Mother. Kill him!
Mathieu Bellamont reveals himself to be the traitor and cuts down Banis and Belisarius, leaving only us and Arquin left. Mathieu turns his attention on us and begins attacking. He uses a dagger of numbing to inflict damage, however, given our stats and equipment, it really doesn't do that much. We tank while Arquin slowly hacks away at him, lowering his health. His total HP isn't so bad, it takes Arquin a while to get it down, and we even had to put in a few hits ourselves. Finally, with one swift heavy attack, Mathieu Bellamont has been killed.
So, at last we meet. I have been following your strange journey through the Dark Brotherhood, young one. Your killing of the old man Bainland, the execution of Adamus Philida, the way you stalked and murdered each member of the Draconis family. Your purification of the Jadenhall Sanctuary. You, a mere underling, even managed to single-handedly eliminate half of my Black Hand. I know, dear child, I know. You carried out your orders to the letter in the name of the Black Hand. How could I be anything but happy with you? No, my anger lies with the rest of my children. You see, I have known of Mathieu Bellamont's intentions since he was just a boy. I knew of his thirst for vengeance. I could have informed my listener, but I refused. Refused to reward such incompetence. Ungolim was weak. Indeed, I allowed Mathieu Bellamont to proceed on his destructive course, just as I allowed you to intercept him. Don't you see? Our dread father foresaw your defeat of the traitor here in this very crypt. You have been chosen. You are to be my new listener. You possess strength and cunning, and a heart as black as midnight. You were marked by Sithis the moment you emerged from your mother's womb. Go, take a few moments to collect yourself. Meditate upon all that has transpired. Help yourself to any treasures this crypt may offer. When you are ready, speak with me again, and I will deliver you safely to the only place you can truly call home, the Jadenhall Sanctuary. There is much work to be done, and when you are back in the sanctuary, speak with Arquin. She will serve as your humble servant and guide.
The Night Mother wishes us to become the next listener, which is the highest honor one can receive within the Dark Brotherhood. Before we begin our new journey, we make sure that we take everything of value from this crypt, as once we get sent back to the sanctuary, there's no way we can enter back inside of here. At the back of the crypt, we see the skeletons of 5 children as well as 1 adult skeleton. As the tale goes, the Night Mother killed her own children in order to appease the Dreadfather, Sithis. Most believe this story to be fiction or metaphorical, but appears to be very literal. Once all of our business has been taken care of, we speak once again with the Night Mother.
You've returned. I trust you've weighed the importance of your new position. For you will soon hear words that will change lives, alter destinies. And I hope you've taken everything you desire from my crypt. Once you leave, you will be unable to return. Now, are you ready to begin your new life? Very good. Now begins your true journey. We will soon become very intimate, you and I. Before I send you away, however, I would like to present you with a rather special reward. I see you still possess the Blade of Woe, the weapon given you by Lucien Lachance when you first met. Allow me now to unlock its true power. Yes, you will now find the Blade of Woe a bit more potent than it was. Now go. Leave this crypt and serve our dread father till your dying breath.
We're teleported back to the Shadenhall Sanctuary and speak with Arkwin.
Honored listener, I offer myself as your humble servant and guide. Please allow me to mentor you in your new role. Here's what I believe we should do next. I will stay here and attempt to re-establish this sanctuary. I will begin recruiting new members. You must fulfill your new duties. The statue in Bravil serves as a conduit between the Night Mother and the listener. Once a week, you must visit the statue. Talk to it. You will be presented with a list of names and locations. These are people who have prayed to the Night Mother. They request a visit from a speaker to arrange someone's assassination. All you need to do is visit the statue once a week, get the list of names and locations, and pass it on to me here in the sanctuary. Do this, and I will give you your share of the sanctuary's weekly earnings. There's so much work to be done. So much work.
Arkwin has told us that our duties as the listener are now solely to relay contracts from the Night Mother to her in exchange for the guild's weekly earnings. Thus ends the quest, Honor Thy Mother. We take a look at the Blade of Woe that's been upgraded by the Night Mother. It now has the enchantments of damage willpower, health, and magicka for 25 points on strike, as well as demoralize up to level 7. We leave the sanctuary and fast travel over to the city of Bravil. Here, we make our way over to the lucky old lady statue, secretly the Night Mother's crypt. It's been transformed back to its proper structure. We approach and interact with it.
Greetings, listener. Come close and I will share with you the information I have garnered. For someone has prayed to the Night Mother yet again. The Dark Brotherhood must seek out a Nord named Sonia. She has need of our services, and we are only too happy to oblige. Your speaker should look for this person in the city of Mournhold, in the dark elven homeland of Morrowind. Leave me now, dear listener. Deliver this information to your speaker, so that the will of Sithis may be fulfilled. All hail our dread father.
Attempting to interact with the statue again before the week is up gets us this message. You've already spoken to the Night Mother. You must take the information she gave you to Arquin at the Shadenhall Sanctuary. After you have spoken to Arquin, you may return to the Night Mother statue again in 1 week's time. There are a total of 19 different people whom the Night Mother can list out for us, as well as 15 different locations. I haven't been able to find out one way or another if the contracts are finite or not, meaning that once all 19 names are read, we can no longer get any more from the Night Mother. However, since nothing has said otherwise, it most likely is just a randomized name and location each week, and we're likely to hear the same names or locations repeated over and over again. Fast traveling back to the sanctuary and speaking with Arquin sounds like this.
Presence. So, the Night Mother has spoken. I will make sure this information reaches the appropriate family members. Ah yes, here are your weekly earnings. I will see you next week, most honorable listener. As the new listener of the Black Hand, it is your task to speak with the statue of the Night Mother and hear the words of our unholy matron. The statue, as you know, is located in the city of Bravil. You may speak with the Night Mother once a week, and then pass that information on to me. Do that, and you will receive your share of this sanctuary's weekly earnings.
We receive our share of 200 gold, and are destined to repeat this process until the end of our days. With that, thus officially ends the questline of the Dark Brotherhood in the Elder Scrolls IV, Oblivion. The sanctuary begins rebuilding, Arquin takes up residence down here, and we see 3 new recruits wandering around as well.
Listener, I am a new initiate to the Dark Brotherhood, just a lowly murderer. But if there's any way I can serve you, any way at all, I'm yours. Yes, most revered listener, my bow is yours. Yes, honored listener, do you have orders for me? Yes, dear listener, I will wait in the sanctuary until you have further need of me. You're asking me about the Night Mother? Well, I mean, she is our unholy matron. She speaks to you. Sithis? Well, I am just a lowly murderer, but I know Sithis is our dread father. When we kill, we send him souls. Is that right?
It is an honor to speak with the living legend of the Dark Brotherhood. Your deeds are an inspiration to us all. Yes, most revered listener, my spells will serve Sithis until I lie cold and dead.
Oh, most honorable listener, I am so pleased to see you. Sorry, I don't mean to be nervous. It's just that, well, I am awed by your presence. Yes, most revered listener, my blade will rend the flesh at your command.
We can enlist any of these recruits as followers. Now, let's talk about the Dark Brotherhood. I thought this faction's questline was amazing and among one of the best, unsurprisingly. The story was fantastic. We had a really nice introduction into the guild. It was informative, eerie, and I especially like how it's a little more complicated than simply speaking with someone and asking to enlist. I thought the pacing was excellent. We begin a lowly murderer, carrying out easy assassinations, and as we progress in the guild, so does the difficulty of each scenario. I think the purification was my favorite quest, as it really did come as quite a shock on the first playthrough I ever did. To hear that we needed to kill all of our newfound brothers and sisters was a bittersweet moment. Then we had the dead drops, which started out written by Lucien Lachance, and then they get taken over by Mathieu Bellamont. We see really subtle changes in the handwriting and the parchment used, as well as breadcrumbs of Dark Brotherhood paraphernalia in some of the victims' homes, and that's all a part of what makes this game so great. The Lucien Lachance mutilation and the Mathieu Bellamont reveal are all perfect in their own right too. I was really fond of the idea of bonuses for certain contracts. It was neat to know that if we wanted to go above and beyond, we would be rightfully compensated so. Some highlighted quests are Scheduled for Execution, The Assassinated Man, Whodunit, The Purification, Next of Kin, and Following a Lead. Now, as for what I wasn't a fan of. It's not much, but I feel as though the weaker parts of this questline, in my opinion, are the dead drop contracts. We don't get to interact with anyone from our guild anymore. We read a note that tells us everything we need to know, and it feels like some of the contracts could have been more creative. The Draconis assassinations were fantastic. We had a lot of freedom with how we went about doing those. But Chalice, Havelstein Whoreblood, and Keladane were too straightforward and didn't offer enough options, details, or backstory. A slight step up from those were Jagasta and Anvil, but the former attacked us right away after interacting with him. Anvil's was akin to the Sanctuary contract, so I can't complain too much about it. Ungolim's was fine, as it was the lead up to the second climax of the story, although if I am allowed to be overly picky, some dialogue would have been welcomed. The only other part I'm not a big fan of, and almost all of the factions are guilty of this, is how our ultimate reward for achieving the highest rank is being a messenger once a week. With the Dark Brotherhood, I understand it a little more as the listener is a sacred position and they wouldn't want to put us in harm's way. I guess it would have been nice though if once a week we could go on a simple contract that involved us going to a fort or some ruins, sneaking past marauders and taking out their leader or something of the sorts. Obviously, a more fleshed out and detailed contract would be better, but I understand they had limited resources and time crunches during development. Overall, I thought the Dark Brotherhood questline was fantastic and might have been the most fun I've had in a faction yet. It combined elements of the Fighters Guild and Thieves Guild to create the perfect love child. I'm extremely happy and thrilled to have gotten to experience it with you all, and I'm really grateful for the opportunity. Now it's time to continue with our journey elsewhere in Cyrodiil. Until next time, keep on adventuring.